News360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal,
EcoBank.
Tonight, Labour leaders welcome government's decision to remove some fuel taxes and levies, but demand deeper reductions to ease cost of living pressures on citizens.
Also coming up, family planning supplies uncleared at Ghana ports since 2024 as CSOs call for urgent action to clear commodities.
Also in this package, health experts warn rising screen time from laptops and smartphones is driving eye strain and vision problems as cases increase across the country.
Later in business, Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies backs tax cuts as fuel prices soar 30% at the local pumps.
And on the foreign front, delegations from the United States and Iran arrive in Pakistan for peace talks as 2-week ceasefire holds.
We are live around the world on 3news.com. We are also streaming on Facebook and on YouTube, and your comments are always welcome. My name is Martin Asiedudate.
And I'm Bernice Abubeidulansa. Let's take a look at the details now. Some labor union leaders have welcomed government's decision to remove some taxes and margins on fuel to cushion the public. They insist the reduction must be substantial to have a meaningful impact on the cost of living. Labour Affairs correspondent Daniel Opoku has more.
Their comments follow a directive by President John Dramani Mahama after a cabinet meeting instructing the Ministry of Finance to review the fuel price build-up and implement measures to lower prices. The president says the move is intended to cushion Ghanaians and reduce economic pressure on households. A day after the announcement, Organized Labour has commended the initiative, but raised concerns about its broader economic implications. Labour leaders are urging government to clearly outline how it intends to generate revenue to offset any deficit that may arise from the reduction in fuel-related taxes.
For me, I think if all the taxes are even removed, I'll be happy. And if it's not possible, at least 40%, between 30 and 40% of those taxes must go. If it goes, I think definitely it will have very positive impact on the Ghanaians and the Ghanaian workers.
I commend government for this kind of intervention, but the other problem I have is the kind of deficit that this particular arrangement will create somewhere. And when that happens, where will government get money to go and fill? Will some developmental projects suffer? Government is the one who come and tell us.
Expected him to wait after the cabinet meeting. You've given your ministers assignment. Let them do it. Now today is what? 10th. 6 days from today. The prices of everything is going to start increasing. And they will not wait. And when the ministers come and there is even a reduction, that thing will not be, those prices will not come down.
Meanwhile, on the issue of the cancellation of allowances for ministers, Organized Labour also shared its views, calling for transparency and fairness in the implementation of the policy.
My fear is that you don't have to also make a decision that will affect the performances of our ministers and the senior ministers and the rest, because people have to use fuel in their cars and run up and down when they are doing their work.
But when I see them, they are good. They are temporary. Let us build systems that can stand the test of time. How best can we support our secondary schools so that government will take off its hands and so that the secondary schools can be self-financing?
We are also watching. After all, who knows how much the minister is paid? Who knows how much fuel is given to the minister? If the minister is not even giving fuel, his agencies, don't they have fuel that they give him? There are a whole lot of things. We're in Ghana. We know what happens. And so some of these things, it rather brings anger to the ordinary Ghanaian.
In a related development, transport operators are still holding off on any decision to increase fares despite the government's announcement following Thursday's cabinet meeting on fuel price reductions. While the meeting has been concluded, uncertainty remains over which specific taxes and levies will be scrapped and the exact impact on fuel prices. Deborah Abamensa has more in this report.
Fuel prices in Ghana continue to be largely driven by global market forces, with about 60% of the pricing formula linked to ex-refinery costs, mainly international oil prices and the exchange rate. Taxes and levies make up 24%, while margins for oil marketing companies and bulk distribution companies account for 16%. Key levies include the Energy Debt Recovery Levy, Road Fund Levy, Special Petroleum Tax, and One City Development Levy, introduced to help raise about 5.7 billion Ghana cedis annually to tackle over $3.1 billion in energy sector debt and prevent power outages. But despite the cabinet meeting, transport operators say they are yet to receive official communication on the outcome.
To convey the meeting that he promised. So after the meeting, we also have some questions, to ask the transport minister before we can also take a decision. Because all we are looking for is to see the fuel price coming down. But if they fail to do that, then it means that we also have to organize ourselves, by increasing our transport fares.
With petrol selling at about 13 cedis, 30 pesos, and diesel at over 17 cedis, operators warn that without significant reductions, transport fares could go up. Meanwhile, government introduction of 100 buses to ease transport challenges has been welcomed by unions, although concerns remain about pricing differences with private operators.
We know very well that during the peak hours, passengers used to be stranded. And if they want to bring in these buses to come and support, we don't have any challenge, prior to that. But then, initially, the charges of Ayalolo is quite different from the private sector. It's already there. But I don't know if they are going to reduce it again, of which I know very well that it's not going to happen like that. It's welcome. And even I believe that if they are to employ drivers, it's our drivers that are going to be employed to use these buses.
Energy experts also caution that while tax cuts may provide short-term relief, they do not address the structural issues affecting fuel pricing.
Though crude prices have gone down, the prices of finished products continue to be very high, and it is likely in the next window, as people are anticipating it might come down, it could rather go up. And so the more sustainable thing will be, in addition to the taxes, also build stronger buffers using toll, using bus.
With the cabinet meeting concluded, attention now shifts to Transport Ministry's engagement with unions as commuters and operators await clarity on fuel price reductions and whether transport fares will remain unchanged.
The Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, is calling on the National Pensions Regulatory Authority, NPRA, to take immediate legal action against government to recover debts owed the SNIT pension scheme. The association warns failure to act swiftly could trigger widespread agitation among workers from next week.
Thomas Tanko was reacting to the NPRA's recent decision to prosecute 11 employers who have defaulted on the payment to the second-tier pension scheme. According to the NPRA, over 114 employers were successfully prosecuted in 2025 as part of efforts to enforce compliance within the pension sector. However, concerns have been raised over what labor leaders describe as a lack of urgency in addressing government's outstanding debt to the SNIT pension scheme. The Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the NPRA, Victor Azuma, has indicated that the authority is currently engaging government to ensure the legacy debt is settled.
Legacy issues, and they are currently being worked on. And the authority is engaging government to rectify this and get government to honor its due to workers.
But that response has drawn sharp criticism from NAT's General Secretary Thomas Tanko, who says engagement alone is not enough.
In 2013, we went to arrest somebody, a presidential candidate, Then yesterday, we went to arrest 11 people. On what rules were they arrested? On what rules? Are we saying that these are the 11 people who have violated and the rest have not violated? The person owing the 50 billion or successive government owing the 50 billion have they not violated any law? Why? So can't we take them to court? Can't they be sued? If you can sue the 11 people, are we saying that government cannot be sued?
He insists the NPR must act decisively to recover the funds, warning that continued delays could provoke strong reactions from workers.
I am not happy at all. And NPR, what they have done, from next week, people will come after them. I am telling you, from next week, people will come after them because the thing is that they are not being fair, they are biased. They are being biased. They are implementing the laws the way they want to suit their whims and caprices. The law says in under Article 17, we should all be equal before the law. Article 23 provides that administrative officers or public officers, you ought to be fair to everybody. So if you are a referee and somebody commits an offense and you show the card, why should you not show the other?
You're still watching News 360. Let's shift our attention to some other stories now. Chairman of the Global Fund Country Coordinating Mechanism, Ghana, has described as unfortunate the continued pile-up of family planning commodities at the country's ports since 2024. His comments follow renewed concerns by the Ghana CSO's platform on the Sustainable Development Goals over a critical shortage of family planning supplies nationwide. Here's a report by Sarah Apenkro.
The Ghana CSO's platform on the SDGs says essential family planning commodities worth about $500,000 have remained stuck at the port of entry since August 2024. The supplies procured by the United Nations Population Fund and consigned to the Ministry of Health include contraceptive pills, implants, injectables, condoms, and other medical instruments.
The commodities should be cleared from the port. If they expire, it means that the money that the donor used to buy the goods, that money could have been used for something else. It means that we have thrown away so much money.
The chairman of the Global Fund Country Coordinating Mechanism in Ghana says the recurring delays in clearing essential reproductive health supplies, despite earlier complaints 2 years ago, raises concerns about coordination and responsiveness within government systems.
The president has got to ensure that we put in place a mechanism that will address this issue once and for all. It doesn't speak well of us as a country that partners donate items that we need and we just show complete nonchalance in clearing the commodities. It is not the best.
Meanwhile, President Mahama, during an engagement with CSOs, directed the Minister of Health and the Finance Minister to address the issue after it was raised by Send Ghana.
Tax on family planning items, Minister of Health and Minister of Finance, if you look at it, I wasn't aware of the tax. There was a time I heard about condom tax, but I thought that was in the past. I'm not aware that these taxes still exist. So Minister of Health and Minister of Finance, let's take a look at it.
The civil society organizations say urgent action is needed to prevent disruptions. Family planning methods are the only thing that enables young women and girls to make informed decisions about their reproductive health rights. And indeed, a likely shortage at the health centers of these commodities will spell doom for us as a people. Sarah Apenkro, TV3 News, Accra.
Still on health-related matters, from laptops to smartphones, screen time has become a constant part of daily life. Health experts are raising concerns about a growing number of people experiencing eye strain and vision problems. So what is causing this trend and how can it be prevented? Christabel Success-Trevor reports.
From early morning messages to late night scrolling, many people spend hours each day on screens. For work, school, and entertainment, digital devices have become unavoidable. But this growing dependence is coming at a cost. More people are beginning to experience symptoms linked to what experts call digital eye strain.
When we talk about digital eye strain, it's as a result of the prolonged use of electronic gadgets. You are, in a minute, you are supposed to have somewhere around 15 to 20 blinks. But due to the prolonged staring of the screens, you tend to have a reduced blink rate, which may lead to another condition called dry eye. That is why sometimes they come with burning sensation, they come with watery eyes.
The average person today spends several hours on screens daily. But how much is too much, and what is it doing to our eyes?
For many, the effects are already being felt, often ignored until they become severe.
I used to be on my screen for about 10 to 11 hours a day, but then I realized I was kind of bad. So now I think it's about 4 to 6 hours with breaks in between. I used to get a lot of migraines. Then I got the blue light filter and it's improved.
For years, I spent quite a bit. Even when we study a lot on our laptop. I had very dry eyes.
Optometrist Dr. Andia Sari-Entry says these complaints are becoming increasingly common.
Being transient blurred vision, sometimes you are looking at something, it becomes very, very clear, but for a very short period of time, the vision becomes somehow blurred. And they also present with watery eyes, burning sensations, and neck pain and shoulder pain.
Digital eye strain can present in several ways, including dry eyes, blurred vision, headaches, and difficulty focusing. It is often caused by prolonged screen use without adequate breaks. Habits like prolonged screen exposure, poor lighting, and using devices late into the night can make the problem worse.
And at the corporate workers, bankers especially, they usually present such cases and such complaints. So students and corporate workers.
Yet, despite these risks, many people admit they do little to protect their eyes. Health professionals say cases of eye strain and related vision problems are on the rise, particularly among young people and working adults. Experts recommend simple steps to reduce the risk.
You don't have to sit behind your PC, you don't have to sit behind your phone for a prolonged period of time. What you have to do is you need to take short breaks. We usually have a rule called the 20-20-20 rule. And we say that for every 20 minutes, you look at something at 20 feet for 20 seconds. So I want to recommend blue UV lenses for corporate workers, students, children, will help filter the harmful blue light.
In a world where screens are almost impossible to avoid, protecting your eyes may come down to simple daily habits, because when it comes to your vision, prevention is always better than cure. Christabel Success Trevor, TV3 News, Accra.
In more news this evening, concerns are growing over the use of artificial intelligence at Ghana's ports, with traders and freight forwarders citing inflated valuations and a lack of transparency. While government says the system is meant to curb revenue leakages and improve efficiency, stakeholders argue its rollout has been rushed and costly.
The government in January announced its intention to deploy the Publican Trade Solution, an AI system from February 1 this year, to improve and facilitate import clearance at the country's entry ports, starting with the Tema port. The Publican Trade Solution is meant to assist customs officers determine the real value of imported goods declared in the customs system. But speaking on TV3's agenda, representatives of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders and the Ghana Union of Traders Association questioned the data driving the AI system. They warned of mounting financial pressure on importers with goods stuck at the port and demurrage costs rising.
It shouldn't have come as a complete thing that should be rolled out. It would have gone in line with the manual system so that we'll see, oh, this one should go for manual. If, for example, Ghana imports a lot of used items, and how can AI calculate the extent of usage of that used item and give us a value? You see, so the challenge we had is that because we were not engaged enough, okay, to share certain information with them. That is why this thing has just come up, and we are all facing the rigors of the work.
There's nowhere in the world that AI has been used to do valuation. There's nowhere. That's why I'm saying, what is AI seeking to achieve? Is it classification or valuation, under invoicing, over invoicing, or exact harmonized code? Or exact goods that in the container? And if customs are not convinced, they give it red light, everything is pulled down for fiscal examination to be done.
President Mahama, speaking at the Cool Business Forum, acknowledged the concerns and directed the Finance Minister to increase police sessions to address disputes.
I've heard a few complaints about unfair imposition in terms of what duties and levies have to be paid. And so the ministry has an appeal system. So far, it is held 2 days in a week. I have advised that they increase the number of days. And so if you have your legitimate invoice and you think that the duties and levies that have been imposed are higher than you actually should pay, I'm sure if they are lower, you even decide to appeal, you'll be happy and go away. But if they are higher, then you normally take it to the appeal. They go through the process and they vet your invoice. And if it is justified that, yes, you have been overcharged, the appropriate duties and levies are reduced.
The publican system aggregates data from multiple sources in real time, comparing values of the same goods from the same sources to identify discrepancies in declarations or confirm them.
The 2026 MTN SME Clinic has taken center stage at the Ashanti Fest, empowering young entrepreneurs with skills, funding and mentorship to transform business ideas into reality. The initiative forms part of MTN's broader commitment to tackling youth unemployment and supporting small businesses across Ghana.
The SME Clinic featured a competitive business pitch session where participants presented practical solutions leveraging MTN's digital ecosystem. Beyond funding, MTN says its focus is on long-term impact that includes providing mentorship and capacity building to ensure sustainability.
As part of the Ashanti Fest, we realized that there are a lot of ideas that entrepreneurs have. So MTN Business used the opportunity to nurture this idea for it to come to reality. A seed money of 10,000 has been allocated for the winner. We believe that the ideas that they brought is a practical idea. So we have a monitoring team that will take them through the journey.
Participants also received training in financial management, branding, and packaging, equipping them with tools to grow competitive business. Ashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amwakwene commended MTN for partnering with stakeholders to promote innovation, especially among the youth and women.
No business idea is too dumb, and no business idea is too sharp. What it takes is your dedication or commitment in making sure, say, vision crowd to the
The winning team, Nolab Technologies, students from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, outlined plans to invest the seed capital.
The first thing we are going to do is to set aside 9,000 Ghana cedis, and that's purposely for our servers and then the hosting of the platform. And then we are going to set aside 7,000 Ghana cedis to get one good laptop. We are also setting aside 4,500 for our campus ambassadors.
The MTN SME Clinic continues to position itself as a catalyst for entrepreneurship, with organizers hopeful that initiatives like this will drive innovation, create jobs, and strengthen Ghana's SME sector.
Now, 2 decades after the passing of renowned advertising and marketing leader Daniel Mpedu-Chum Jr., the Ninani Group has launched a memorial fellowship in his honor. The initiative, which is also a book launch, was unveiled at the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra, brought together leading figures in Ghana's marketing and communications industry.
Speakers at the event highlighted Daniel Chum Jr.'s vision, leadership and dedication to excellence. They described the fellowship as a meaningful step in preserving his legacy while investing in the next generation. Reverend Albert Okran was the keynote speaker for the event.
Daniel Ampedichum Jr. was not just another great CEO or founder. He belonged to that one of a kind class of people that you couldn't put a finger on. You met them once and could never forget them for the rest of your life. How do we ensure that the legacy of talent and enterprise is effectively passed on to another generation of creative and innovative leaders? It will take strategy, intentionality, and commitment.
The chief executive for the Ninani Group, Joel Nete, spoke about the fellowship and the book that was also launched to commemorate the occasion.
Now, the difference between this fellowship and just a regular award scheme is that it's now deliberately opening up to everybody, not just one particular school, not just one particular faculty, but everybody who believes or are interested in a career within the marketing communications industry, especially the creatives. And we'll shortlist to a certain number. That number then gets on an annual basis onto the fellowship and are going to be mentored. You saw the list of faculty, solid people from academia, solid practitioners, and are going to mentor them for a 3-month period. That is not just mentorship, that 3-month period, they also get stipends. This book essentially is a rule book of sorts, very easy reading, 150 rules, broken up into 11 parts for young people, old people who want to refresh.
As Ghana's marketing landscape continues to evolve, the D.A. Chum Junior Fellowship is expected to promote mentorship, hands-on learning, and creative industry exposure for Ghana's up-and-coming creative leaders.
The National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, has arrested 2 illegal miners who allegedly attempted to bribe a task force with 30,000 cedis during a patrol on the Ankobra River. According to NIMOS, at about 12:50 p.m. on Thursday, April 9, the task force on routine patrol along the Ankobra River at Durabanso in the Nzima East District intercepted 2 individuals actively engaging in illegal mining activities. The suspects were observed mining in a manner that contributed to severe pollution of the river, prompting their arrest. As the task force began destroying chamfan machines mounted on improvised boats, the site owner and his accomplice reportedly approached officers and attempted to bribe them with 30,000 cedi to halt the operation. The task force says it rejected the offer, seized the money as evidence, and confiscated 1 outboard motor used in the illegal activity. The suspects have since been handed over to the Nkrofo police for further investigations and possible prosecution.
No, I'm laughing at the way he's busily counting the bribe money.
It's interesting, isn't it? Well, you're watching News 360. We'll be back with more news. Do stay with us.
Selected fuel taxes to ease the burden on consumers. The chamber says the move is long overdue, but insists more targeted action is needed.
Long-awaited wish of the industry that today we have seen results, but we don't have premature excitement because we still don't know which tax are being considered. We don't know which margins are being considered yet.
It is specifically calling for the removal of the 1 cedi energy sector recovery levy, arguing that it continues to inflate prices at the pumps. With the next pricing window approaching, the chamber warns that any delay in implementing the tax cuts could see consumers paying even more for fuel in the coming weeks.
Look at the time frame, because this should take effect from, that's the 16th of this month, which is on Wednesday, right? And by now, I'm sure by Monday, the price formulation at the pumps should already be out. That means that whatever is being done should be done, right now and immediately. Other than that, we are happy that he has finally listened to us. We thank him and looking forward to knowing the details soon.
Away from that, the Traders Advocacy Group Ghana has declared a nationwide industrial strike starting Monday, April 13, 2026, demanding the immediate suspension of the Publican AI customs valuation system. The group warns of a catastrophic impact on the trading environment, citing excessive duty assessments based on flawed AI valuations, unjustifiable cargo delays, and soaring demurrage charges.
We have called for this industrial action because those responsible for solving the Publican AI systems deployed by Ghana Customs are not ready, and it's as if they have taken position not to listen to us. We have no alternative. We have called on freight forwarders to suspend business at the port. We have called for this industrial action such that we will have people in government who really knows how to handle negotiations and also are ready to handle and rectify issues. From Monday to Friday, we have asked freight forwarders to suspend every activities at the port, except some exceptional ones that need urgent attention, until the AI Publican issues are solved.
In more news tonight, the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana has officially declared its support for the Publican AI system, distancing itself from groups using the association's past criticisms to oppose the technology. Executive Secretary Samson Asaki Awingobet clarified that while it raised legitimate concerns in December 2025 regarding data security and a lack of consultation, extensive engagements with the Finance Ministry and the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA, have since addressed those issues.
The Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana wish to support government for government policy in the port, that is the AI, or we call it the Publican. Our reasons for the support is that the AI implementation will bring sanity into the port. The AI will put every importer equity. There will be sanity. There will be parity. No one will come and pay a duty of 40,000 for a commodity that another person will go and pay 20,000. If I'm paying 40,000 for that same commodity, and then you come to find your ways and means to pay 20,000, and we all go to access the same market, what it means that the 20,000 will come to spoil the market because he's come to reduce his prices, and that is not parity. And so, from where we sat, the AI will also make sure that gone are the days that people will go and then come and declare any amount to the government will not also happen. What it means is that government will reach more revenue for government projects for the development of Ghana.
We'll end the segment with updates from the forex and commodities markets. I am Minu Afol. Stay with us.
Sports segment is brought to you by Sasso Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Good evening and welcome to the sports segment here on News360. My name is Shek. I'm stationed here at the Bukum Boxing Arena where the Legacy Rise Fight Night is currently ongoing, titled The Rise Continues. Already an undercard fight has happened with Benjamin Abu defeating Kelvin, and as you can see behind me, there's another undercard fight ongoing. But before we go into details, of course, the under-15 girls team of Ghana, the Black Damsels, have defeated Burkina Faso by 10 goals to 9 on penalties to secure back-to-back trophies in the CAF Inter-Schools Championships. That is happening or has happened in Zimbabwe. Remember that last year they managed to secure the title right at the Legon Sports Stadium, and they've secured it again this year. And we've seen Ediana defeat BBN Gold Stars by 2 goals to 1. Although BBN Gold Stars remain top of the Ghana Premier League table, there is Midiama who are right behind them on 1 point and have a game in hand, and are expected to also be hosting Asante Kotoko, hoping to get back to the top of the Ghana Premier League table. Now to the fight, we'll be engaging a few of the fans who have come over to the Bukum Boxing Arena to witness these fights happen. At the moment, there are undercard fights ongoing before the main events actually do happen. So I'm going to interact with a few people here in the stands, and I'm going to start off with this gentleman seated over here. Chairman, what's your name?
I'm Collins.
Collins, nice to meet you. Is this your first time here at the Bukum Boxing Arena?
Yeah, this is my first time here.
It's your first time? Okay. I mean, what pulled you here? What fighters are you hoping to see?
Actually, I came to observe. I've never been here before, so I'm not here for a particular fighter, but I'm here to observe.
You're here to observe? Okay. So do you hope to have a very nice experience here?
Sure.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to speak to some other people over here. Chairman, what's your name?
I'm Cecil.
Cecil, is this your first time here at the Bukum Boxing Arena?
My first time.
This is your first time. I mean, what fighter are you hoping to see? Which boxer are you looking for?
Teofilo Lopez. He's the face of Ghana boxing at the moment, so we are all showing our support behind him.
You said for Teofilo Salute. You believe he can win?
Yes, he can win. Hands down.
Hands down. Okay. I'm going to talk to a lady over here. Young woman. Hello. Good evening to you. You're live on TV3. What's your name? Mabel. Is this your first time at the Bukum Boxing Arena?
This is my first time.
Okay, which boxer are you hoping to see?
I'm waiting for the ladies boxing.
The ladies boxers. Okay, so there's Amasedem of Ghana, and then there's a Cape Verde fighter. Are you rooting for the Ghanaians?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we'll see whether Amasedem actually wins a bout. But let me talk to this gentleman here as well. Chairman, what's your name?
I'm Felix.
Pardon? Felix, is this your first time at the Bukum Boxing Arena?
This is my first time.
This is your first time. So which boxer are you hoping to see?
I am here to enjoy myself, so I just want to enjoy it.
You just want to enjoy it?
Yeah, that's all.
Indeed, some new arrivals here at the Bukum Boxing Arena hoping to have a very great fight. Now remember that the Legacy Rise Sports did conduct a similar event at the Legon Sports Stadium back in December, and now they're back again, this time at the Bukum Boxing Arena, conducting another big event. And Chairman, yeah, what's your name?
I'm Patrick.
Patrick, nice to meet you. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Okay, which boxer are you hoping to see?
Oh, actually, I don't have any interest. It's a Friday night, so I feel like I have to come and entertain myself.
So it's a form of entertainment for this young man here. Let me talk to one or two more people to gauge their mood. Chairman, no, I'm coming to you. What's your name?
Abi Kwesi.
Kwesi, is this your first time here?
Yeah, this is my first time here.
Okay, which boxer are you looking forward to see?
Actually, I came here with a friend, so I don't know any boxer yet. Yeah.
Okay, but you are hoping to have a very good time tonight?
Yeah. Sure.
Indeed. So hopefully for him, he has a very good time tonight. And let me talk to one more person. I can see someone very animated over here. Chairman, hey Chairman, what's your name?
Kissy, clean out Kissy.
Kissy?
Yeah.
Who are you supporting?
I'm supporting Anani.
Anani?
Yeah.
Oh, is he your friend?
Yeah, he's my friend from Kokomemle.
Oh, I see. Apart from Anani, who else are you hoping to see?
Only Anani. That's why I come here. Only Anani.
I see. He's supporting Anani, and as you can see, moments ago, he was very, very animated here at the Bukum Boxing Arena. Of course, there'll be a number of fights, including the main bout, which is Theophilus Alote. He will be facing Erastus, who happens to be from Namibia in Africa. And then for the women's division, of course, Sedem would also be in action. She did win back in December, and she's hoping to defend her title here at the Bukum Boxing Arena. And that's it for the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Bill Ishen.
Before the day begins, warmth stirs within our homes. Every cup of tea brewed carries care and togetherness. The warmth stays with us all day, and at Iftar, it gathers us again. When we share a cup, we share more than tea, for the little moments that bring us closer. Lipton, tea is for togetherness.
This advert is FDA approved.
Smile, Look lively, okay? Smile, smile.
intensifies efforts to reclaim and modernize some of the capital's long-abandoned movie theaters. Now, during a recent inspection tour, the NFA leadership, led by the Executive Secretary, Kafui Danko Picha, and the Deputy Executive Secretary, James Gardner, visited several defunct cinema facilities that once played a central role in the city's entertainment landscape. Among the sites assessed were the iconic Roxy Cinema, Rex Cinema, and Orion Cinema. Now largely inactive, these venues were once bustling social and central hubs for film enthusiasts across Accra. According to the authority, the exercise went beyond a routine inspection. It focused on evaluating the structural condition of the buildings and identifying practical redevelopment opportunities. The broader aim is to transform these aging facilities into modern cinema spaces capable of meeting current industry and audience expectations. Beyond physical restoration, the NFA sees the initiative as a strategic move to stimulate economic and creative growth. And now to some more stories. Let's get into some entertainment tidbits. Born hip-hop icon Dr. Dre has officially joined the Forbes billionaires list. The 61-year-old born Andre Young is also ranked among Forbes' greatest self-made Americans. His feature appears on the magazine's April-May cover. Dr. Dre joins film music billionaires including Beyoncé, Rihanna, Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, and Bruce Springsteen. Much of his fortune comes from his business ventures, including co-founding Beats Electronics with Jimmy at the presidency alongside the Ghana Tourism Authority and other key stakeholders. Several initiatives have been introduced to deepen engagement and create meaningful cultural connections for diasporans. Well, that's it for the entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko.
Thank you very much, Noella. Let's bring you news from other parts of the world. And US Vice President J.D. Vance and Iranian officials are heading to Pakistan for peace talks. The negotiations are set to begin this weekend in Islamabad after Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif formally invited both sides to pursue talks towards a full settlement of the war. The war has so far killed thousands of people across multiple countries, shut down the world's most critical oil passage, and sent energy prices soaring.
In more international news, a court in Eswatini has ruled that the first 5 migrants that the Trump administration sent to the countries of the African Kingdom have a right to a lawyer. This was after they were denied legal representation on their transfer from the U.S. to a Swazi jail in July. The court rejected a government argument that the detainees had not specifically requested the human rights lawyer and who is to represent them. And that's it for our package this evening. Thank you very much for watching. Like we indicated, we brought you News 360 an hour early because of the Legacy Rise Bukum bout, which comes on your screens right after this. My name is Martin Esiedu.
And I'm Bess Abubeidou Lancer. Thanks for your company. Have a good night.